Everything you think you see right now is a hallucination, a private director's cut of reality, edited by your brain without your consent to fit a script you never agreed to. If you are ready to stop living inside a fragment, hit the like button and subscribe. It's how these diagnostic reports keep running. The conflict you face every single day is existential. You swear the world is hostile, boring, unfair, because you can see the evidence with your own eyes. What you don't realize is that your mind has already deleted most of the room before you ever had a chance to look at it. You aren't reacting to the world. You're reacting to a version of reality that has been cropped, amplified, and distorted by whatever your attention decided was important. Imagine two people sitting in the exact same coffee shop at the exact same time. One leaves energized, noticing sunlight on the table, the soft hum of conversation, the possibility of connection. The other leaves drained, seeing only chipped paint, a loud voice on the phone, the slowness of the line. Same place, same moment, two completely different emotional universes, and yet both feel objective. The person who saw only flaws believes they are simply being realistic. They never suspect that their mind performed a massive act of erasure. They didn't ignore the sunlight. Their system decided it wasn't relevant data. To them, it literally did not exist. This is the invisible wall between you and reality itself. Your brain has a finite amount of processing power, so it must choose what gets through the gate and what gets deleted. But that choice is never neutral. If you feel anxious, your attention becomes a heat-seeking missile for threat. It will lock onto the one scowl in a room of 100 smiles. If you feel insecure, it will filter specifically for rejection. Then you take this curated evidence and build a global story about your life, your worth, and the state of the world. Everything is falling apart. Nobody values me. It feels undeniable because your attention gathered every piece of proof while erasing everything that contradicted it. You are trapped in a feedback loop. Your attention creates your reality, and your reality trains your attention. You walk through your day believing you are a witness, but you are an editor. You are cutting and splicing the footage of your life in real time. The result is a world that feels smaller, harsher, more stagnant than it actually is. You suffer from what we'll call the illusion of the full report, believing you've seen everything there is to see, while most opportunities, solutions, and beauty remain hidden in the blind spots your attention created. You're living in a map of the world, drawn by a system that never learned how to see the whole picture. The reason your brain is quietly lying to you about the world is a fundamental biological bottleneck called selective attention. Your mind is powerful, but its processing capacity is brutally limited. At any given moment, your environment is flooding you with millions of data points: light, movement, sound, faces, tone, posture, background noise, internal sensations. If your conscious mind tried to process all of it at once, the system would collapse. So your brain installs a filter, a gatekeeper, a mechanism that decides what counts as signal and what gets discarded as noise. This is where the error begins. That filter is governed by a deeper automatic bias known as attentional bias, your mind's tendency to prioritize certain categories of information based on your internal state. What you feel determines what you see. We'll call the catastrophic result of this mechanism the attention glitch. It's the moment your mind confuses what I am attending to with what actually exists. Your brain doesn't just filter the world, it replaces the world with its edited version,
and then hides the fact that any editing took place. In a room containing 100 stimuli, your attention might select 5. Those 5 fragments are amplified, stitched together, and presented to you as reality. The other 95 vanish.
The system doesn't say, "Warning, you are seeing a fragment." It says, "This is everything." And because it feels complete, you believe it. The report you receive is never neutral. It's a narrative shaped to confirm your current state. If you're anxious, your attention becomes a heat-seeking missile for threat. It ignores 100 neutral signals and locks onto the one thing that might go wrong. If you're insecure, it filters for rejection. If you're exhausted, it filters for friction. The environment hasn't changed, but the world you inhabit has been rewritten. The structural failure is that the system never registers the miss. When you're looking at a fragment, your brain doesn't add a disclaimer, "You are currently ignoring most of what's here." Instead, it stretches that fragment until it fills your entire field of vision. This creates an illusion of certainty. You don't feel incomplete, you feel right. This is why 2 people can share the same conversation and walk away with opposite truths. One brain records the words, the other records the tone. Both believe they witnessed the reality. They aren't disagreeing about interpretation, they attended to different worlds. The attention glitch is computationally efficient, but socially and emotionally expensive. It traps you in a loop. Your mood dictates what you see justifies your mood. It's a closed-circuit reality, a system that prevents you from ever encountering the evidence that could change your life. You move through a rich, complex, opportunity-filled landscape using a map that only shows obstacles. You aren't just losing focus, you are losing access to the world as it actually is. Your mind has traded vastness for predictability, and as long as this glitch remains active, you will never even realize the door is open. To stop your reality from being warped by this glitch, you have to stop trusting your first impression. You need to install manual overrides that widen the lens and recover the data your brain has been deleting. The first and most immediate patch is the Attention Audit. Every time you hit a wall of emotional certainty, when your mind says, "Nothing ever works," or "Everyone is judging me," you pause the tape and ask one diagnostic question. What am I focusing on right now, and what am I leaving out? You are not trying to lie to yourself. You are trying to recover the scale of the room. By recognizing that your distress is built on a tiny, biased sample of reality, you strip the glitch of its authority. You remind the system, there is more here than what I'm currently seeing. The second layer of the patch is the counterframe rule. Your brain is a specialist in monopolies of perspective. Once it detects a flaw, a rejection, or a threat, it stops scanning. That single data point becomes everything. You have to force a second frame. If your mind sees rejection, hunt for neutral context. If it sees failure, look for continuity, the parts of your life that are still moving. This isn't optimism, it's anti-monopoly. You are telling your internal editor, "I see the flaw you're highlighting, now find me the rest of the scene." By forcing attention to search for information that contradicts your mood, you break the feedback loop and destabilize the glitch. Finally, install the expanded field exercise. Once a day, for just 30 seconds, stop. Widen your field of perception. Let go of the tunnel. Notice peripheral movement, distant sound, texture, light, depth. Train your brain to stay open to the noise it normally deletes. You are exercising your attention, teaching it that the world does not need to collapse into a single stressful point. You are teaching it how to inhabit the full bandwidth of reality again.
You don't have to live in a world that feels smaller, darker, or more dangerous than it actually is. You have the tools to stop being an unconscious editor and start being a conscious witness. When you master attention, you don't just change your thoughts, you change the world you experience. You begin to see opportunities, connections, and beauty that were always there, hidden in the blind spots of your own filters. You move from being a victim of a warped reality to being the architect of a clear one.
If this diagnostic report helped you see through the glitch, hit the like button and subscribe to receive the next system update. What is one thing you've been hyper-focusing on lately that might be blinding you to the bigger picture? Leave a log in the comments below. Stay awake. The system is always running.